is Rustler basketball.
How about Rustler volleyball? let's change gears and go Rustler volleyball. It's that kind of night already, starting us off here at Rustler Gymnasium. Good evening, I'm John Gabrielson alongside Devin Davis as we get ready for Rustler volleyball. And it's weird to say it's the home opener. It's also the 15th match of the season for these two teams.
Yeah,
well, for this team, and this one's even had more than that.
Yeah, it's been the kind of the typical start, at least the past two seasons. So it's always nice to be on your home court.
Central comes in at 14-5. Having played 14 games, they're 9-5 on the year. Casper comes in at 3-16 on the year. And this is a team that went to nationals last year. And, a lot of times you're thinking that recruits itself, that you've got that. And I talked with Angel Sharman, who's in her 24th season, and she said, I had one of my, her libero that was runner-up in libero of the year voting last year, injured, didn't get to come back. Another player's injured, and it just kind of snowballed from there and to where they're sitting at 3-16 on the season right now.
Who would have ever guessed at this point in the season that Casper College would have the record that they do after the year they had last year?
Yeah, exactly. It was just an interesting turn of events. Like I said, you're playing at nationals last year, and now you're sitting at 3-16. Now, this is a long time series between these two teams. Central has only had volleyball back since 2008, but this is the 54th meeting between the two teams right now, and you've got Casper out in front of it 37-16 in the all-time recent since CWC brought volleyball back, and they've played some wars, and Casper has won the last 4 in a row, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it was a battle last year, though. Yeah. I mean, they really, there's a pretty big rivalry between these two squads, for sure.
Central, for the first time I'm seeing them. You've seen them. You're obviously you've talked volleyball, as you've talked about, you're the spouse of the coach type of thing, and it's just, what do you know about this team? What's the strengths? We've had some injuries on the Central side of the equation as well.
That's the tough part. Lost one of our players, Lindsay Stewart, to a knee injury that turned out to be a torn ACL, so she's out. She's a middle and really had a great start to the year, and so that was a big hit. We've also gone through quite a bit of sickness here lately, and so they just have not had a full squad for a full week of practice for a couple of weeks, it seems like. But other than that, 4 sophomores back, and just a bunch of new kids here, but they just seem to be. I asked my wife, where are you at this time of the year, and she's really pleased with the newcomers and these freshmen that are here.
Well, and they've kind of been stat leaders as well. Presley Ryan and Brooke and Paige. Ryan, the setter, and Brooke, the defensive player of the week a couple of weeks ago at Region 9. Those freshmen have stepped in and kind of given the sophomores run for their money in positions.
That's the one thing about it is it doesn't matter if you're a sophomore or a freshman. The best player is going to be on the floor, and you got to earn that week in and week out. So she's seen some new kids step up when they've had opportunities because of injuries. So it'll be interesting to see what lineup we have tonight. She goes differently just depending on stats every week and tries to find the hot hand week in and week out.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back, and I'm going to take a look at your Rustler report, tell you what our other Rustler athletes are up to. Our soccer teams are in action in Gillette. The women have went final, and I'm looking for a men's final. We'll talk about that. We'll come back and do that in just a minute. This is Rustler Volleyball from Rustler Radio.
Rustler Sports On Air are brought to you in part by Porter's Supply of Riverton, offering grills, spas, fire pits, gas stoves, wood-burning stoves, and Green Mountain pellets. They are located at 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton. Details can be found online at portersmvs.com. Thanks to Porter's Supply for the sponsorship of tonight's pregame show.
At Fremont Chevy in Riverton, being in the community isn't just how we do business, it's our way of life. We think of our team, our customers, and our local community as one big family. For us, being community partners is more than just a source of great pride. It gives us a deep sense of responsibility. We are excited to bring you the scoreboard for Rustler Athletics on Rustler Media. See Fremont Chevy online and at North Federal Boulevard in Riverton.
This broadcast comes to you in part by Fremont Therapy. They offer physical, occupational, and sports therapy in Lander, Riverton, Rawlins, and Green River, Wyoming. They are the scoreboard sponsor for tonight's game and can be found online at FremontTherapyGroup.com.
Back on your Porter's pregame show, brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply. They are on Main in downtown. Actually, they're on North Federal in Riverton, and online, portersmvs.com. And your Rustler report, our CWC volleyball team playing right here today. They'll play again tomorrow at 2 o'clock when they take on a team that's just outside of the top 20 ranked teams. They're getting votes in Western Wyoming. Talked with Coach Davis yesterday about who's the front runners, and she said, I don't want to put that label on anybody, but I might say Western early on right now, and they'll get them tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock here at Rustler Gymnasium. 9
returners, so definitely depth-wise the leader in the state for sure.
Soccer is at Gillette. Our women had a 3-1 lead at the intermission, but a lot of injuries and not much depth led to a 4-3 Gillette win.
Oh, man.
After Central had a 3-1 lead at halftime. Our men were leading 2-1 late in that contest, and that one should be going final any time, and when it does, I'll try to get you a final to that. Rodeo athletes are in Sheridan today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Golfers are off this week. Cross country is off this week as well. And again, CWC will be on the road next weekend, volleyball-wise, at LCCC and Eastern Wyoming. Next home game will be Tuesday, October 8th, after tonight at 6 and tomorrow at 2 o'clock. A couple of other items to mention, and that is our Region 9 Defensive Player of the Week, and that is Sarah Maservi. The freshman out of Utah was nominated and selected as the Defensive Region 9 Player of the Week. So congratulations to Sarah Maservi out of Spanish Fork, Utah. And then also CWC talked about Athletes of the Week, something that Jacob South, our new assistant athletic director, along with athletic director Steve Barlow, has put together, and that is an Athlete of the Week at Central. And there was 2 of them this week, Kayla Small from the volleyball team and Sydney Jones on the rodeo team. So congratulations to those 2 and be recognized as our CWC Athletes of the Week.
Sarah has done a great job. She didn't play very much to begin the season, but just due to some injuries, Ryan Vale down for a little while. She stepped in and, man, had 22 blocks and definitely earned Player of the Week defensively.
Nice that Region 9 doing those accolades. And then you have the Offensive Player of the Week from Region 9 on the other side of the net, and that is number 1, Jocelyn Rajvong out of Casper College. Number 1 in kills at 2.2%. And the Region 9 Offensive Player of the Week. She also serves very well at 28 aces on the season so far for Jocelyn.
We remember that name, don't we? I mean,
absolutely.
She is one of the go-tos for this Casper College T-Bird team.
CWC, check out more at rustlerathletics.com. They're also on your social medias. Rustlers on Facebook, CWC Volleyball on Facebook, as well as rodeo and other sports as well. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Tuesday starts practice for the men's and women's basketball teams already, which is hard to believe. It's 90 degrees outside. We're already talking winter sports beginning on Tuesday, October 1st. We've got 2 new coaches, sort of. Pat Rafferty, after 3 years here, about 5 years ago. He's back. He's got a completely new squad, no returners on that team. And then on the other side of that, you have Keith Wyatt, who was an assistant at LCCC last year, and he as a high school coach, he coached Dalton Connect. Who's now with the Los Angeles Lakers. Name drop there for Coach Wyatt, but he has the entire returning team almost of what Leighton Westmoreland had in place, down to recruits and most of the girls that were coming back anyway. He's got a very favorable roster along with a very favorable 15 home game slate as well. So it's going to be an awesome year for basketball when they get cranking up, but practice is beginning on Tuesday.
I think really just give a shout out to those 2 programs, these 2 coaches. I've gotten to know them. A lot of people know Pat. Pat is he's excited. I mean, they're all new kids.
He's a Wyoming guy. He's been in Wyoming, minus a couple of stints in Texas and then with the D-League in New York. But
he brought in some good kids. I mean, and that's all he's about. He said, right off the bat, we might not win a lot of games, but we're going to be good good men, good people, good students, and we'll build on that. So,
yeah, Pat Rafferty and the CWC Rustler men, and Keith Wyatt and the CWC Rustler women beginning basketball practice on Tuesday, October 1st. Want to thank Noah Smith, as he is our director today, Aspen Ablard, and Addie Wagner, our camera people high atop Rustler Gymnasium here today. And they are part of the new media degree under the direction of Professor Amanda Nikoloff, who is here as well. And we'd like to thank, although he's on vacation and won't hear this, but Francis Obakoya, the Wyoming PBS engineer that has helped us arrange and get everything put in place to where it's at right now. This is the Porter's Mountain View Supply pregame show. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll preview a little bit more of this ball game. It's Casper versus Central. We'll also talk the other two Region 9 games today as the Region 9 gets started right after this on Rustler Media.
All right, Pepsi-loving football fans, it's time we had a lesson in trash talk. You heard that right, trash talk. And I'm not talking about that stuff that happens on the field. What I'm talking about is trash, like literal trash. And it's the only thing that belongs in your garbage can. No, recycling might not be as thrilling as converting a 4th and long or taking a kickoff to the house. But I think we can all agree Hail Marrying plastic bottles into the recycling bin gets pretty close. And let's be honest, your spiral could use some work. So next time you're thinking about throwing that Pepsi Zero Sugar bottle away, just cap it back up and pretend you're down by 6 with the recycling bin wide open. Know the difference? Make a difference. Be a team player and recycle. Visit PepsiTrashTalk.com to learn more.
Bailey Enterprises is a supporter of CWC athletic broadcasts. Bailey's operates Pit Stop Travel Centers, Bailey Tire and Auto Service, Bailey Oil Company, Speedway Cafe, Evergreen Wholesale, and Central Wyoming Transportation. All can be found online at BaileyTire.com. Stick around for Bailey's postgame show after the game.
County10.com supports this Rustler radio broadcast. At County 10, their mission is to connect the communities that make up Fremont County. Whether you're looking for updated community news, the local events calendar, up-to-date job listings, the details about new businesses in town, the Student of the Week spotlight, or just want to watch local athletic events, County10.com is working to keep Fremont County communities connected.
Rustler Sports On Air are brought to you in part by Porter's Supply of Riverton, offering grills, spas, fire pits, gas stoves, wood-burning stoves, and Green Mountain pellets. They are located at 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton. Details can be found online at portersmvs.com. Thanks to Porter's Supply for the sponsorship of tonight's pregame show.
I'd like to thank Porter's Mountain View Supply, our pregame sponsor, our halftime when it gets to be basketball season, and we'll try to work them in maybe after game 2, is Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming, and WYDOT. Our postgame sponsor will be Bailey Enterprises, and our scoreboard sponsor is Fremont Chevrolet. A couple of other games going on tonight across the Region 9 battles. Western Wyoming is at Northwest College. That'll be a 6 o'clock start, and we've got that locked and loaded on our screen up here. Also, Gillette is at LCCC, a 6 o'clock start going on there, and we've got that for you, and we'll try to bring you the scores of those games as they go on. 3-16 Casper, 9-5 Central, and the 54th meeting between these two teams, and it is 37-16 in favor of Casper, and they've won the last 4 in a row. So 3 last year. Kim's kind of 0-3 against Angel Sharman, looking for a little redemption tonight, perhaps.
Yeah, that first time we played them in Casper, they beat us pretty handily and almost pulled it off here, just not quite. So it'd be a nice win tonight against a good team.
Well, and then it came down to basically one game at the Region 9 tournament to get to nationals, and Central just a whisker away from the 3rd consecutive trip to nationals last year as well. Leading the way right now, you have to look at the freshman from Santa Quinn, Utah. Leading the way with kills is Presley Ryan, 135, 2.81%. And 8 times this season she has had double-digit kills.
She's just kind of a quiet producer, you know. She's just steady, chips away, and doesn't make a whole lot of errors. That's what Presley's all about.
Presley, again, had 16 kills against Arizona Western for a game high. She's third in kills in Region 9%. She also serves pretty well at 18 aces on the season.
Definitely. So, as you said, some new faces here have stepped up for Central Wyoming for sure.
Final score from Gillette, and the CWC men victorious over the Pronghorns 4-3. So opposite of the girls. Girls lost 4-3, men win 4-3. Men and women will take on Casper College tomorrow afternoon. Looking at the libero position, defensive side of the equation, Brooklyn Coates leads Region 9 with 185 digs. She's had 22 in a game. She was the Region 9 Defensive Player of the Week early on in the season. She also serves well at 15 aces out of North Logan, Utah. Fourth in Region 9 in digs per set, Brooklyn Coates.
Brooklyn stepped into that position really well to open up the season, and has it's always a close one, but she's been the starter at libero from the beginning of the season.
Ryan Vale back in the lineup after missing last week due to some illness, and that's when Sarah Maservi stepped in and played real nice and got to be the player of the week. But Ryan Vale, leading blocker, 15 solo out of 27 total blocks out of North Logan, Utah, the sophomore for CWC. And the setter is Ryan McKenzie out of Saratoga Springs, Utah. She is third in Region 9 in sets per set, if you will. I guess it's assists per set, right? Is the word I'm looking for, at 7.7 per set for Ryan McKenzie. Third best blocking team, by the way, in Region 9 is Central.
That was big shoes to fill for Megan Hardman last couple of years, and Ryan's come in, and you'll see Emmy Weber from Riverton as well when they run a 6-2. So she's definitely blessed to have a couple of really solid setters, freshman setters this year.
Sanaya St. Clair out of Shoshone. Then you have some more Wyoming flavor in Michaela Alexander out of Rock River. Brooke Carroll is out of Gillette Thunder Basin High School for local kids there as well. On the other side, leading the way is Jocelyn Rajvong, number one killer on their team. She is the Region 9 Offensive Player of the Week. She has the fourth most kills in Region 9. And like I said, the Maui Hawaiian sophomore, 28 aces on the season for her as well. So she will bring it there. Their setter is Palin Algu. She is out of Turkey. She has 16 aces. She averages 6 assists per set. Defensively, McKenna Lorenzen, 184 digs and 12 aces. And then their blocker is Emily Ware with 46 blocks, 3 of them solo out of Grantsville, Utah, and 9 aces. Real quick, just mentioning that Angel Sharman in her 24th season at the helm of Casper, 653 wins, and one of my favorite people when we talk volleyball is Angel Sharman out of Casper, Wyoming.
Yeah, I said this last year, but Coach Davis has known Coach Sharman for a long time, having coached high school as long as she did in the state, and I think Angel's probably one of her favorite people too.
Let's head down to PA announcer Steve Barlow.
Beautiful Riverton, Wyoming, and Rustler Gymnasium for the home opener for our Rustlers. Before we announce the starters, please rise for the national anthem. Before we meet all of the players, I just want to remind everyone that the NJCAA Region 9, Central Wyoming College and Casper College expect and appreciate good sportsmanship. So please, with your language and all your actions, be respectful of these young ladies out here, coaches and officials. Cheer for your team and not against the other. Thank you. Our first for the Casper non-starters. Number 2, Kirsten Bate. Number 3, Kylie Eagle. Number 4, Wisdom Shack. Number 6, JC Burke. Number 9, Caitlin Chatter. Number 12, Kennedy Peterson. Number 15, Mina Kostic. Out for your starters. First one, Aslan Red. Number 8, Ware. Number 10, Giovanna Marin. And Pelin Algi. And number 14, Marina Andres Santos. The libero is McKenna Lorenzen, number 7. Team coached by Angel Sharma. She's assisted by Kelly. Now let's meet your rustlers. Non-starters. Number 2, Nora Rasmussen. Number 3, Brooke Carroll. Number 4, Alexander. Number 6, Hallie Reeder. Number 7, Ian Vale. Number 12, Lindsay Stewart. Number 13, Princess Spritzenberg. Number 14, Emmy Weber. Number 15, Tanya St. Clair. Number 18, Kayla Small. Number 21, Paige McKenzie. Now for your starters. First, number 5, Sarah Miservi. Number 8, Presley Ryan. Number 10, Chloe Hobson. Number 22, Ryan McKenzie. Number 23, Rachel Workman. And number 25, Lena Whitney. Liberos are number 1, Bella Torres. And number 17, Brooklyn Coates. Rustlers coached by Kim Davis, just by Crowley. Good luck, ladies.
PA announcer Steve Barlow and the teams being introduced and meeting at midcourt as we get ready to get this one underway from Central Wyoming College, the Region 9 lid lifter, if you will, and only 6 home matches for the CWC ladies this year. No home tournament, and I know that Coach Davis would like to get that going, and you know, you would think that tournament, that midpoint when you can get Western Nebraska to come and meet Snow and CSI and those, that would be a thing, but it's such a fickle thing, I guess, as to where coaches go and don't go.
There's a lot of competition out there for these teams, but we've been talking about that. Hopefully we can get something set up for next year. It would be nice to have more home games, really. Yeah,
definitely. And, you know, here they are, like I said, game 15 of the season, and it's their first home match of the season.
And, you know, sleeping in a motel room 2 nights a week for the last month is kind of wears on you.
Well, and we've talked about in past years, because this is not out of the ordinary. It is a lot of times it has been a season where they don't play for a long time at home, and I've always kidded them. I'm like, did you go drive around? You know, basketball is the same way. Did you go drive around for a couple hours before you played just to make it feel like a... And
get off the bus, huh?
Kim said it too. He's like, there is way too much to get ready. There you see Kim Davis in the middle of your screen watching online in her second season as the head coach of the CWC ladies. And we're going to get things underway first. Ryan McKenzie will serve first for Central. And she'll start with an ace as she put it right in the middle of the Casper defense. And it's quickly 1-0 Central.
One of the things I know that Coach Davis wanted her team to do is be a little more aggressive serving. They've been taking it a little too nice on the other team.
Back set and a block right in the middle of it. Your defensive player of the week, Sarah Miservi, blocking that one down. 2-0 Central out to a quick lead. On your Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Appreciate Fremont Chevy on North Federal and Riverton. Our sponsorship of our scoreboard this volleyball and basketball season. Raj Vong, swing, dug by Brooke. To the outside, Ryan gets a tool block and a kill as it went through the hands of Algu and Ware, and that'll be a kill.
Good start. You never know if that's good or bad, though.
I'd take a good start.
That's right.
More often than I would not. Raj Vong blocks, and they're going to hit the antenna, but Raj Vong will get the kill. She is their leading killer. Like I said, reigning offensive player of the week this week in Region 9. And we'll send Emily Ware back to serve. She has 9 aces on the season. Central had put themselves out to a 3-0 lead. Now 3-1 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Serve is deep and out. What did you say?
I said that's out.
Oh.
Talking out loud here.
Saw it on the way.
You can see it so easy usually up here. So
Presley Ryan from Santa Quinn, Utah. 18 aces on the year. They will get a receive on this. Rajvong block. Side comes at Chloe Hobson, but Maservi and Workman got parts of it, but Rajvong will collect her second kill, and substitution in. Wisdom Simsak checks back into the Casper lineup. Well, I guess for the first time, she's second on blocks. She's a sophomore, returning player for Coach Sharman.
From Kelly Walsh.
Palin Algu out of Izmir, Turkey. Nice dig by their libero. Rajvong goes cross court. Good dig by Coates. Middle, Ryan, Campfire. Count it. Presley Ryan from the back row finds the middle of the defense.
Just a really smart play that time. She didn't try to wail on it. She just saw the open spot and just tipped it over.
Put it where they ain't.
Don't you have a name for that spot?
Campfire.
That's right.
Coach serving. 5-2 Central. Back set, Rajvong. Blocked by Hobson, but she blocked it out of bounds. Chloe got a good solo block on it. Just caromed right back out past the sideline, and Rajvong with her third kill is going to go back to serve it up now. 5-3 Central early on. Game number 1 just underway here from Central. Ryan receive. Hobson will it's Workman goes to the right side through the block, and Workman will get a kill, and she'll check out of the ball game. And here comes Hallie Reeder out of Brigham City, Utah. She will come back to the back row and patrol the back row and serve it up. Central double up Casper right now, 6-3. Back set, Simshak goes past Reeder diving for it, and Simshak will get the kill.
Far sideline over there, and that would have been in, but pretty close, really.
I love the sideline rituals of teams when Casper kind of circling the wagons over there, and Ryan gets a good receive on it. They'll go middle. Reeder set. They'll roll shot over. Back set on the way. Marins ricocheted over by Casper. They'll get it over. McKenzie goes with a second hit over, pushed back, and Whitley is there to knock it down, and Central will score the point.
You know, this team, one of the strengths, as probably if you're listening, is our middle blockers. I mean, we go 3 until Lindsay got hurt. We had 4 outstanding middle blockers.
Chloe Hobson serving. Quick set middle. Good dig by Coates. Then a little miscommunication on Central's behalf, and Marins is going to end up terminating for Casper as Marina Andre Santos from Santa Catarina, Brazil checks into the ball game. She'll go back to serve. You can see that cupping, they call that, the therapy on that right shoulder there. Made famous, I think, first by Michael Phelps in the Olympics.
That's true.
Wasn't it? Near side, Bryan, touch block, picked up by their defensive player, Lorenzen. Cross off the block, and another kill by Marins. And it's a 1-point ball game, 7-6.
CWC doing a good job at the net, just a few kind of bad rolls so far.
Casper has lost 1 in a row. They had beaten Miles to stop a 15-match win streak as Lena crushes that one off.
Lena is one of those that has really come on strong throughout the season and played more and more until now she's in that starting position.
Lena Whitney now back to serve for Central after getting the kill. 8-6 Central. She's out of Farmington, Utah. Push deep corner. Hobson, great job to go get it. Free ball over by McKenzie. Cross is in, and a kill registered for Marins. Coach will come back in for Whitley. Play that libero position at the back row, wearing the opposite color jersey there. Did I see somewhere sometime in Central's gonna have to not rotate yet, or they overturned the call? I missed it.
Oh, I didn't see that either.
I was busy looking at my roster and lineup and everything else.
Yeah, I thought that was in.
Yeah, they'll give the ball back to Central. So 9-6 the score now. Back row, Rajvong. Whitney is there. Set right side. And Presley Ryan adjusted, waited, and then still got some pretty good muscle on that to knock it down and terminate and get the kill.
Yeah, she didn't get a really good jump on that. Not a great approach, but she still swung it hard.
10-6 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Whitney, nice serve. Quick set middle, poked over. McKenzie gets first hit. Ryan's going to get second hit. Hobson from the back row with a roll shot. Cross, deep corner. Good awareness by Emily Ware to find that deep corner and score for Casper.
A little out of position that time defensively. That's, a corner they're going to try to put the ball in. We just weren't playing that really well.
Casper 10-2 last year in winning the region. Central went 7-5 in conference play last year, but put it together at the end of the season and darn near got themselves to nationals once again. 10-foot line, Presley Ryan with a swing, and she only got partial of it, and it hits the bottom of the net, and it's 10-8.
I think she didn't want to hit it too hard, but ended up hitting it not hard enough.
Hitting the mid-stride of game number 1, best 3 out of 5 to 25. Game 5 would be a race to 15. Ryan off the top of the block. It shoots up, send it back. Rajvong, touch block at the net by Central, pushed over by Ryan. Middle again, and Ware finds real estate past a diving Hobson. And we'll see Paige McKenzie, the twin sister of Ryan McKenzie, check into the ball game. And basically the only way to tell those two apart that I've seen right now is the color of their shoes, and one has ribbons in her hair right now. So I see them walking in the hall, and I'm fortunate that they're usually always together, so I say hi to both of them and don't get it wrong. So, but they are twins on this team. Rajvong, block touched by Maservi and company. Middle, Coates will poke it over with a fist. 3 fists back the other way. Middle, Maservi scores it.
Nice timing that time from Ryan. Quick middle there, and Sarah just found the open spot.
Workman comes back into the front row. One thing I like too about Ryan McKenzie, and her teammates have pointed this out, is like credit to the setter for finding different people, as Rajvong is going to tally a kill on the outside. It's not just set outside, set outside, set out. It's set middle, set back. She's a good distributor.
Yes,
at that position
and smart. Good footwork.
Northwest College is out to a 14-6 lead on Western in game number 1 in Northwest, as Central is going to get a point on a termination on a kill by Presley Ryan. But Northwest out to an 8-point advantage on Western Wyoming right now.
I think it makes sense, but in junior college, it changes so quickly.
Oh, it does.
From year to year.
Gillette leads LCCC 8-7 early stages of their game 1. What a block. Maservi and Workman there to hammer that one right back down at Rajvong.
That facility, though, at LCCC, man, what a nice new gymnasium.
Well, yeah, looking at it on screen, press box looks awesome above the stands there, and they had to redo that. They wanted to do it a long time ago, but COVID didn't allow that to happen. Workman crushes that one down the left side for the kill.
It's awesome to see a right side hitter swing like that. Going to be a timeout.
First timeout of the set. We'll take a break. Central out on top, 14-10 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard.
Myers Gambles is a proud supporter of Rustler Sports Broadcasts. They're located in downtown Lander at 420 Main Street, offering furniture, mattresses, appliances, home office, kitchen, and more. They feature brands like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Jenn-Air. Turn around, shop in town. More details can be found online at landergambles.com.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're bringing more providers and medical specialists into the region. We're investing in more advanced medical technologies and spending millions to upgrade facilities and equipment, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
This is Rustler Media, your home of Rustler Volleyball.
14-10 our score. Central out in front of Casper College. Talking about in the break, Devin and I, about Chadron State College and a couple of former Rustlers playing there.
They kind of accidentally found their way there. I think it took them a while, but ended up their careers there.
Rajvong gets that one to roll down the net. Well, kind of accidentally, but Jen Stadler, who was the head coach, was at Sheridan, played against them.
That's true.
I think.
And had some knowledge of them.
Sophie Langer and Alonza Hernandez, yes. Two Rustlers now playing at Chadron. Then you have Hardman and Courtney Green playing on as well. Back set Workman, cross.
And Emily.
Dig, yes. Algu. Emily Depew playing as well.
Another one.
Hobson gets blocked by Rajvong and it rolls down the tape. Falls on the central side of the real estate.
The bad thing that Kim just found out is Megan Hardman hurt her knee and has to have her meniscus repaired. And so having a good season at Western Montana.
Yeah, and it just, nice ace. That ball just rolled off the table by Palin Algu, her 17th ace of the season. But that looked like a breaking ball in baseball that just died.
It did. Didn't look like anybody was expecting that whatsoever.
Dove right in there. Another timeout on the way, 14-13 as each team trading timeouts. We'll come back and pick up at 14-13 in game one right after this.
Are you ready to modernize your processes? Join Central Wyoming College on Thursday, October 3rd for our Industry 4.0, a full-day event featuring Bo Groover, founder and CEO of The Effective Syndicate. You'll learn how to leverage cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, the Internet of Things, additive manufacturing, workplace leadership and culture, and more. It's all about transforming your business through innovation and leadership. Mark your calendar, Thursday, October 3rd in the iTech building at CWC Riverton. There's no cost to participants and lunch is included. Information and registration can be found by texting INDUSTRY to 855-2001. That's text INDUSTRY to 855-2001.
14-13 Central, they call a timeout, each team with one timeout left, and I see that that's something we can include in our scoreboard as we have just about everything on there, but timeouts. We'll have to get with our engineer, Stephen McKnight, and get that work done for the other 4 games we're going to have this semester. Hobson, deep poke is good. She finds the back of the end zone, so to speak, and tallies.
She knew right where she was going to put that ball. Just a great court awareness that time.
Lena Whitney back into the ball game. Central has won 4 of their last 6. Outside, Shimshak blocked. Dug back up. Right side, Raj Vaughn, and that ought to be a carry or something, but nothing called, and it hits the lane, hits the floor anyway on the block by Lena Whitney.
Doing a great job putting up that block. I think that's definitely one of our strengths for sure.
Third best blocking team in Region 9. Ball skims the tape as it sails over. And then not being able to get it over the net is Aubrey-Ann Browning, 5'10", sophomore out of Glen Rock.
She actually played with Wisdom at KW.
Former herder, but if she played at KW.
Yeah, I saw that Glen Rock is on there, but she played with Wisdom.
Okay.
That state championship team a couple of years ago. When Kim was a coach at Riverton, they were seniors at Kelly Walsh. And neither one of Wisdom or Aubrey-Ann played much last year as freshmen, so stepping in this year as sophomores.
Trailing 17-13, you're looking at Angel Sharman in the middle of that Casper College huddle right now. As I mentioned, her 24th season, 653 wins in her tenure at Casper College. A number of Region 9 Coach of the Year honors, including last year, and the fact that took her team to nationals.
Yeah, they just probably one of the most consistent programs in Region 9 during her tenure.
Then you have Fred Ann Soto, who's in her 7th season down at Western Wyoming, is one of the more tenured coaches in the division, honestly, at 7 years.
Yep.
Coach will serve with a 4-point Central lead out of Casper's final timeout. Shimshek pokes up. Brooklyn is there. Hobson, did they get a touch? Nobody indicating so. They'll just call it out, and they'll give it to Casper on the point.
Right in front of the official, so what should have been picked up.
You know, talk about a torn meniscus. One of our basketball players returning from last year's torn hers is going to be out 6 weeks and join the team maybe around November, hopefully when things get started, as that one by Workman goes long, and Casper's cut the lead in half since the timeout.
Just barely. That was almost caught the back line.
Rajvong, 161 kills on the season, and a lot of aces. One hand pushed up and one hand pushed over by Whitney. Right side, stuff block, Workman and Whitney again.
It seems like, you know, usually we want to kill. But it seems like we need a point. It's usually a block.
Serving is Haley Reeder. Defensive player out of Brigham City, Utah. Gets the dig. McKenzie, Hobson, cross, good dig by Lorenzen. Back row coming Rajvong, one-handed by Reeder, free ball over by Ryan. Cross and a dig by Coates, but it's going to be a kill for Giovanna Marins.
That was kind of off balance. I was surprised she was able to get as much power on that. CWC just can't quite put Casper College away, can they?
Lorenzen has 12 aces on the season as she steps in to serve, down by 2. How about 13 aces as she puts that one off of a couple of defenders.
We get a little bit of separation and they just come charging back.
Largest lead has been 4, I believe.
Yep.
And that was just a minute ago at 17-13. Brought back over in 1. Middle throw, Coates is there. McKenzie outside, Hobson cross. Lorenzen picks it up. Marins throws it down the line. Reeder is there to self-defense. Ryan from the back row sends it long, and we are tied at 18 apiece in game number 1.
A few attack errors have kind of cost us. They haven't really earned a lot. We've given them several.
Ryan was received. McKenzie middle. Whitney just out. Casper has their first lead of the night at 19-18. Serve goes out as she shanked it to the right, and we're tied
us back a point there.
19s. How about this? Northwest has just went and taken care of Western Wyoming 25-13 in game number 1.
Nice serve by Chloe.
Shot goes down the left side by Marins, out of bounds, and Central with a 1-point lead with 5 to go. It's a very interesting score with Western. Like I said, you said 9 returners, and they're just ranked outside the top 20 right now. Gillette and LCCC are battling right now. They're in the thick of it as that ball goes out of bounds, and Central has a 2-point lead now. 18-17, Gillette leading LCCC in Cheyenne, playing in their new digs as opposed to Story Gym. Tough serve by Hobson. Blocked by Whitney.
Dang.
Marins launched it, and Whitney says, not today, and pounds it back down for a 3-point Rustler advantage.
Nice little run here. Let's finish it out.
22-19 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Hobson, another tough serve, is going to be an ace.
Serve. Just flipped over the top of the net. Kind of killed the velocity, and it fell right in that campfire area, like you call it.
17th ace of the season for Chloe Hobson. It's a 2-point shy of the break, and then that one goes long.
I was a little surprised Coach Sharman didn't call timeout. Usually when that team, she didn't have any. Okay, maybe I'm not surprised then.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised she didn't. No. I'm going to say I'm not surprised she didn't, because she didn't have any. So.
If she would have.
She used that last one at 17-13, in which they came back and got an 18-17 lead, or a 19-18 lead, actually. Whitney blocked, out of bounds. She'll get the kill, and it's game point Central. Lena Whitney to serve. Game point. Santos back set, tapped over. Whitney is there. McKenzie set, back out Ryan.
Yeah.
Karen's off of a couple of Thunderbirds, and that's the game. 25-20. Central takes a 1-0 lead on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 25-20. Again, it was 17-13. Coach Sharman burned the timeout, came back, got a 19-18 lead. And then it was all Central after that, as they come back and they score 8 of the next 9 points and win the set 25-20. Take a break. We'll come back. Game number 2 on the way. Hopefully, I'm going to see if we get some stats for you from game number 1. We'll do that right after this. This is Rustler Volleyball, up 1-0 on Casper after winning the first 25-20.
Gale's Carpet Floor and Home in Riverton and Altitude Interiors of Lander is proud to support Central Wyoming College athletic broadcasts, offering vinyl, hardwood, tile, and laminate flooring. All can be found online at galescarpet1riverton.com and altitudeinteriors.net.
Rustler Radio comes to you in part from the Wind River Hotel and Casino, offering diverse restaurants like the Jetaku Cafe, the Buffalo Sportsbook Bar and Grill, and the fine dining of the Red Willow Restaurant. Kickstart your day with a cup of perfection at our Buffalo Coffee Spot, where we proudly serve Starbucks coffee. All inside the Wind River Hotel and Casino, where every flavor meets excitement. Elevate your experience at the Wind River Hotel and Casino. Hours and menus can be found at windriverhotelcasino.com.
Support of Rustler Athletics comes from Sutherland's on North Federal Boulevard in Riverton. Whether you have a minor repair or a large project, take advantage of Sutherland's many rewards. Sign up for our emails and monthly gifts. Save even more with the Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus consumer credit card. Apply online or see a store associate for complete details. You can order online for in-store or curbside pickup at Sutherlands.com. Sutherlands of Riverton, helping you build it better since 1917.
Rustler Radio is supported by Altitude Interiors by Gales and Lander. Altitude Interiors offers a wide range of flooring options, including carpet, laminates, luxury vinyl plank, and more. Additionally, they provide walk-in showers and custom rug binding services to match your specific size and material preferences. Installation services are available, and financing options can be discussed. Learn more about Altitude Interiors by visiting altitudeinteriors.net.
At Fremont Chevy in Riverton, being in the community isn't just how we do business, it's our way of life. We think of our team, our customers, and our local community as one big family. For us, being community partners is more than just a source of great pride. It gives us a deep sense of responsibility. We are excited to bring you the scoreboard for Rustler Athletics on Rustler Media. See Fremont Chevy online and at North Federal Boulevard in Riverton.
Your home of Rustler Volleyball. This is Rustler Media.
$25-20 Central out in front as we get ready for game number 2 of this. And thanks to Ava Crowley, the student assistant coach. Unfortunately, long rehab and injury and everything, not allowing her to be a player on the sideline, but good opportunity for her to stay involved with Rustler Volleyball and be the assistant coach for Coach Kim Davis.
Yep, kind of knew the ropes from last year, and so just plugged her in this year, so she's been done a great job.
11 kills for Central in game one, 5 of them to Presley Ryan, a couple for Rachel Workman, a couple for Lena Whitney, and 1 for Chloe Hobson. Central would have 2 aces, Ryan McKenzie and Chloe Hobson, each with an ace. And on the sets, how about Ryan McKenzie with 10, 7 digs for Brooklyn Coates, 4 digs for Hallie Reeder, 2 blocks Lena Whitney, 2 blocks Rachel Workman, 1 block Sarah Maservi. Your stats from game number 1. And a big thanks to Ava for getting that, because, that was something messed up there. Is Chloe looked like she almost caught it with 2 hands, and they're going to call that a violation, and it's 1-0 Casper.
A little different starting lineup this set as Ryan Vale is on the floor in place of Sarah.
Marins will put it into the net, and we're at 1 apiece. Ryan Vale, top blocker on the team, out of North Logan, Utah, the sophomore, returning. Presley Ryan will serve for Central. Leading ace server on the team at 18. Looked like she was going to get 19 there for just a minute. Send it to the outside. Hobson goes down the line. Good dig by Santos. Joust at the net. They're going to call Central.
Yeah, that's a late call.
That's a back row attack. Is that what that is, or what's the call?
Well, I think it's Ryan reached over the net for the set to block the set. So that's illegal, but that was late.
Game 1 is over at LCCC. Hobson puts that one down. Raj Vong blocked at the net. Vale.
Good play that time. You know, that's the one thing that this team really seems to communicate fairly well, and even on kind of out of the system plays, they respond and react really well.
Gillette College winning the first. Don't have a score for you, but I do know they're up 1-0 on LCCC now. Back set, nice play as they go backside to Aubrianne Browning, who finds pay dirt, tallies, and it's 3-2 Casper out in front. Palin Algu checking in from Izmir, Turkey.
I'm glad you're pronouncing the names tonight.
3-2 lead. Wait till we play Eastern Wyoming in any sport. Cross or the Casper women's basketball team, too. Free balled over to Central side. Back row Workman. Doug at the net. Whitney is there, but Casper was in the net. They get Browning for touching the net. And the side out. And Point Central. Reeder back into the contest for CWC, or our men's or women's soccer roster as a
the men's.
A lot of harder to pronounce names from different countries. Almost an ace, and then trying to flip it over was Algu.
Trouble on the serve receive that time.
4-3 Central. Hobson, nice corner, real estate found, kill by Chloe. Our scoreboard on screen not reflecting what set this is. We are in set number 2. Central leads 1-0. So our scoreboard on screen not reflecting that, but it is 1-0 Central after a 25-20 victorious first set. McKenzie tried to dunk it in 2. It hits the net and it's dug back up. Raj Vong, ball pinballs off a few heads of Thunderbirds. Whitney. Dug by Lorenzen outside. Raj Vong backhands it up and over, and they're going to call a lift or a double, or they're going to call in the net? On Lena Whitney.
Didn't look like anybody was within a couple feet.
Can you throw the challenge flag on this? 5-4 the score. Raj Vong serving, skims the top of the tape. Hobson puts it into the net in front of Shimshak and Browning. And we're tied at 5s. Game number 2, 1-0 Central out in front. Cross through the hands of Presley Ryan. Hobson at the 10-foot line. Dug by Raj Vong. Near side, Marins gets touched, and it falls down and scores the point. Casper, who's back out in front now, 6-5. Coach Kim Davis, middle of your screen. Second season as the head coach at Central. Reeder sets it outside Hobson. Push blocked. Browning is there to push it back at her. Reeder free balls it over. Back set, Raj Vong at the 10-foot line. Reeder is there to pick that up. Hobson swing, finds the back corner, and is in. Nice job, Chloe.
That was a tough one to hit as hard as she did, and especially to put it in the corner. Good placement.
Chloe will now serve. Hobson's second leading killer on the team, puts it into the net, unfortunately. She does have 16 aces, fairly aggressive server. Just put that one into the net. This is where I bring out the announcer hex and say service errors come in pairs and see what happens on the other side as Lorenzen will serve. Nope, not going to happen this time. Whitney blocked. Casper's doing a much better job on the block as of the last half a set. Running into the standard was Shimshak. The net wiggled and jiggled, nothing called, and they'll play on. Outside, Ryan swing down the line is in for a kill.
Nice job. She kind of cut that past the block and made it a tough up on the far sideline there.
Tied at 7s in game number 2 with a 1-0 Central advantage. Whitney serving at Marins. Going to go back to her at the 10-foot line. Cross courts it. Whitney is there in the back row. Ryan adjusts. Raj Vong sends it skyward. Marins blocked by Ryan Bale at the net.
Set was kind of hard. It was off at about the 10-foot line, out of bounds, and she couldn't really get a good swing.
8-7 Central. Whitney serving. Had the chance to interview a lot of these athletes. That'll be an ace.
I've enjoyed your interviews that they've been posting. Those have been really good with the athletes to hear about them, their story, where they're from.
14th ace of the season. Had a chance to interview Lena. And I don't like to give them a lot of time to get nervous, so I tell them right before we're going to interview that they're going to interview. It's usually when they've got like 2 sets left in their lifting, and I'm like, Coach Kim said it's you. And Lena was pretty nervous as she gets an ace there. She tallied that one. She was pretty nervous, and my last question to her was, easier or harder, the interview, than you thought it was going to be? Bale blocks that, but it goes down the central line and on that side. But
I didn't hear. What was her answer?
She said easier, which okay. I tell them that it is. I say I'm not going to ask you anything you don't know the answer to here. It's going to be just a conversation, and here we go. You can catch those interviews with all kinds of CWC athletes on the Rustler Athletics Facebook page online. Weekly, Coach Kim's Ryan Vale hung in the air and tallies the kill on that one, and it's 11-8 Central. I let the coaches pick who they are going to interview. It's not just me picking them. They send them to me. Interviewed Daisy Donegan and from Scotland on the women's soccer team, and Josh Bromwell from England on the men's soccer team last week. Is that ball, is it going to be a kill for Rachel Workman? She's shot it off the back row off Raj Vong, and Rachel tallies the kill.
Just plugging away, and Central Wyoming just doesn't seem to get down, doesn't seem to get up, and it's a timeout.
Timeout. Coach Sharman and Casper will step aside. We'll take a break, and we'll be back after this. This is Rustler Volleyball leading 12-8 Game 2. They have a 1-0 advantage.
White Buffalo Recovery invites you to the second annual Sobriety Masquerade Ball.
It's October 12th at 7 p.m. at the Heritage Hall in Riverton. Tickets are just $10 per person or $15 a couple. This drug and alcohol-free event celebrates sobriety and supports recovery in our community, and everyone is welcome. Want to get involved? Contact White Buffalo at 856-8090 for sponsorship or volunteer opportunities. That's 856-8090. Proceeds go to the Transitional House Activities Fund.
Let's come together and celebrate recovery at the second annual Sobriety Masquerade Ball, October 12th at 7 p.m. at the Heritage Hall in Riverton.
12-8 our score, Central out in front. I'm John Gabrielson. He's Devin Davis. Appreciate you tuning in on Rustler Athletics on YouTube and 88.1 Rustler Radio.
You know, I hate to say it, you know, I enjoy these. That's why I wish we had more than 6 home games. Love being up here doing these games with you.
We're going to get your fill of basketball if you come up for basketball. So thanks to Addie Wagner and Aspen Ablard, our camera ladies up here in the box. Cross out by Emily Ware. Central scores the point out of the timeout. Noah Marshall is our student director back at radio, excuse me, not at radio control, but at the TV control, video control. Where actually Raj Vong, Workman blocked. Nice job by coach to dig it out, but they'll say that that's 4, that it hit the tape, not a block. And they'll give the ball to Casper.
Probably a good call that time. Rachel just didn't get up enough on that one.
Down official conferring with the score table. Central back home tomorrow, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, taking on Western Wyoming, who is down a game right now to Northwest and still trailing 13-11 in game 2.
Be nice for that to go 5.
And then LCCC and Gillette. Right now, LCCC is out in front in game 2, 9-6, but down 1 game to none. CWC soccer is at Casper tomorrow, men and women. Women at 1, men at 3. Our rodeo team competing in Sheridan today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So.
How many more rodeos they have? Is this the last one?
No, I think there's at least 1, maybe 2 more this semester, and then they have the spring circuit with 4 or 5 rodeos there as well. So,
man, the weather has just been beautiful for outdoor sports.
And it's almost too hot.
It is, really.
I think the soccer team has been practicing under the lights at the high school because 90 degrees in the middle of the afternoon when they practice at 1 or 3:30, and it's just been hot and probably playing in that same heat. And then I see Monday is supposed to be like 69 for a high, and then back to 80 again by Wednesday of next week.
Those are tough ones when you're an athlete because your body can't adjust quick enough to the different temperatures.
So I'm not sure if they're looking at CWC rotation or what they're investigating right now.
I don't think Steve Barlow knows either.
Well,
he's just the AD, right? It's just been amazing to see what's gone on with the sport of volleyball, though, period. You know, it's been pretty incredible. You can watch college volleyball almost every night of the week on one of the, the Big Ten, SEC, ESPN networks. And so it's been really, really fun to see the sport grow.
Yeah, and, it's like watching the growth of the WNBA.
Yeah.
Kind of matching that with college volleyball.
And people start to learn more about the sport, and the more they learn, the more they like it.
They haven't sorted out whatever it was. 13-9 Central. I've asked 2 different people, and they've given me 2 different answers as to what was going on down there on the scoring table. Nice pancake by McKenzie. Keeps the ball alive. And that ball goes out. Unfortunately, a Casper point, but how about the pancake by
Yeah, she got her
Ryan
hand.
McKenzie.
There was no question that was a save.
13-10. Marin serving. Ryan gets first hit. Ryan Vale. Then kind of has that excuse me grin on her face as it hit the tape and rolls over and gets the kill.
That kind of slowed it up enough that it just fell in front of the back row defender.
16 kills, her season high for Presley Ryan. She had 5 in the first set. She serves here. Central with a 14-10 lead. Raj Vong, long and out. Oh, back judge called a touch and gives the ball to Casper. Possibly why it went long, because it was touched. Jocelyn, excuse me, that is not Jocelyn serving. It's Emily Ware. 14-11 Central. Workman, cross, good dig by Santos. Raj Vong touched off of Chloe. She was coming in to help play more of a closer ricochet, and it comes up on her upper body.
Yeah, she couldn't do much about that with where she was standing.
Back set, Vale had to adjust, but still knocks it down. She had to hesitate, got a double clutch, and then came up and knocks it down.
And it's easy to do that when you're 6'2", I guess.
15-12 Central. Brooklyn Coates serving.
Oh, wow.
Poked over by Casper. Middle, Whitney. Through the block and down the front of the Casper block to get the tally.
Just came right down in front of the blockers that time on Casper's side.
Lena Whitney with the kill. 16-12 Central. Coach serving. Almost an overpass. Brought back. Touched by Hobson and Whitney. Back out Chloe. Down the line is in. And Chloe will tally. 5-point advantage. Rustlers now 17-12. Central leads 1-0 after winning game 1 25-20. Nice serve by Coates, and she will tally the ace.
We'll take that.
16 aces on the season for Brooklyn Coates. Does Kim have a tally of wins over her coaching career of both high school and college? As Raj Vong puts one through the block of Whitney and Workman.
She does. I will give you that number. I know.
Should run down and ask her real quick.
Yeah. Text her.
18-13. It's been a couple of decades or more, hasn't it?
She's
coaching.
Yep. Started in 1998 in Wheatland.
Whitney's going to get a kill. Kind of surprised they didn't call a double on that set. I could even see it kind of ricochet between her hands on that set there.
That's one of the things that I was talking to Kim about. They really are going much lighter on that this year. That's one of the emphasis in officiating.
Not like the NFL with the lining up offsides rule that we've seen 411 times so far. Rachel Workman tallies an ace. That is her third ace of the season, so 7-point Rustler advantage, their biggest of the night. Another hard serve.
One.
Good dive, and that one goes out in front of McKenzie. Good job by Presley Ryan, though, to get it. Casper thought it was up. They were still playing, but it hit the ground in front of McKenzie by a good 6 or 8 inches, it looked like, out in front of her pancake attempt on that play. 20-14 Central.
Good turnout tonight, especially considering there's a high school football game.
Wolverines taking on Douglas. Tally for Central again, and they have another touchdown lead. Chloe Hobson back to serve it up for Central. 7-point advantage, late stages of set number 2. Central up 1-0. Out Outside goes Cross, trying to get around Ryan and Whitney, who put up the block, and she tries to go cross court and sends it wide. 8-point advantage now, Central. Blocked at the net by Central, and trying to go back over as Browning can't.
I have to give a lot of credit. Like I said, Coach Davis has talked about their serving, and they've been a lot more aggressive tonight than I've seen them earlier this season.
9-point advantage. Chloe Hobson serving. Goes at Raj Vong. Blocked at the net. Brought back over by Raj Vong, and then it just touched the tape. Whitney saw it coming, but it just ricocheted off the top of the net enough to interrupt her coming into the net, and it goes over her head.
Yeah, I think CWC kind of backed off on that just a little bit. You know, Lena was smart, but just didn't play that at the net very well.
Lorenzen serving. Mackenzie, Ryan, top of the block goes up in the air. Near side, Cross, Hobson there. Back to Ryan down the right side. She'll tally another kill. She had 5 in the first set. See where she ends up at the end of set number 2, courtesy of the accounting services of Ava Crowley and Associates. Our assistant coach keeping stats on the iPad on the bench. And this is game point. Central looking to take a 2-0 advantage. Nice up by Reeder with the right hand. Vale sets it over. Almost got a kill out of it. And cross court in the antennas is good. Mackenzie, back row, Raj Vong digs. Marin's touched. Reeder is there. Mackenzie to Vale. Can't put it away as it's blocked in the middle. A great job of blocking by Emily Ware, the leading blocker on this Thunderbird team.
And that was nothing you could do about it, but that was a pretty tight set, and so she couldn't really get a full swing on that one.
Jim Shack will go back. She plays taller than 5'8", I'll tell you that.
She does. She's got a good jump.
Hobson receives. Coach sends it out to the 10-foot line. Ryan's going to put it in the bottom of the net. And Casper lives on to play another point or two. It's kind of inevitable at this point. Down 8, down 7 with 1 to go. I mean, it's not foregone conclusion, but yeah, it is kind of.
You kind of haven't seen many.
That one's just wide from Presley Ryan. And Casper scored 3 in a row since then. Well, then the 3 decades of sports announcing that I have done, you're really hesitant to say stuff like that but then Ryan Vale ends it right there.
I wonder if that's ever happened. I'm sure it probably.
Oh, I'm sure. And then you got the reverse sweeps when you're down 0-2 and you come back and win and everything like that. Central out to a 2-0 advantage with a 25-18 win in game number 2. They won game 1 25-20. They're leading. They won game 2 25-18. We'll take a look at the other games going on around the county. Around the Region 9, and we'll do that here in just a minute. This is Rustler Volleyball from Rustler Media.
Rustler Radio sports broadcasts are brought to you in part by YOTV, 307-851-9397. It's football season. Don't get penalized with unnecessary expenses. Get a V-Box from YOTV. All the games with no subscriptions. And not just football. You'll get to watch everything, including your TV shows, even your local channels. Get a V-Box from YOTV, 307-851-9397.
Support of Rustler Radio comes from Fremont Therapy. They have been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletes for over 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes and their families one-on-one. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. Their services include aquatic therapy, dry needling, pelvic floor, and women's health therapy, and more. You can find out more about Fremont Therapy Group or schedule an appointment at FremontTherapyGroup.com. They have locations in Lander, Riverton, Green River, Rock Springs, Saratoga, and Rawlins.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're bringing more providers and medical specialists into the region. We're investing in more advanced medical technologies and spending millions to upgrade facilities and equipment. So access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
Rustler Media. Your home of Rustler Volleyball.
Back to Rustler Gymnasium. Central out to a 2-0 advantage. They win the first 25-20. They win the second 25-18. And they have gone to a Game 3 now at Northwest, and unfortunately their scoreboard, like ours, not reflecting how many games that they've won. LCCC leading Gillette 22-15 in game number 2, about to even that one up at 1 apiece. I know that Northwest won the first. Western had come back to take a lead late in that one, so we'll keep you up to date.
I tell you, I mean, the Region 9 North Conference, I think it's up in the air this season.
Coach Davis, I asked her yesterday, I said, who would you rank them? How would you rank them? And she's like, I don't know that I could put that label on anybody. And she's like, Casper is not what Casper has been, but you can't rule out a team like that. She's like, Saturday's match is a big one with Western, and now they're 1-1 with Northwest right now. And
and the one team not up there at Eastern Wyoming, my wife said is the scrappiest team in the conference, and they didn't have a lot of success last year, but watch out this year.
2-0 here. Central out in front. They will be back at it again tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock, taking on Western Wyoming, who is in a battle right now with Northwest College. I'm going to say that one's 1 apiece as well.
I think you're probably right.
But Hallie Reeder will serve for Central. Casper has several Wyoming products and several countries represented. And I think Central Wyoming College has 4 states represented, a majority being from the Beehive State.
I was going to say, most of the time, other than Chloe, it's an all-Utah squad out there. And Preston, Idaho is pretty close to Utah. So.
Yeah. Up the middle. Raj Long drills it between Coates and Ryan.
That's one of the times, I don't know if Lena was a little slow to the block that time, and so that was just pretty much open kill that time.
Coach Sharman had to go interrupt the kill celebration to do a coaching moment over there. 1-1 the score. Ryan Whitney blocked. Coates sets up Hobson. Chloe, is that a touch?
Touch. Oh, and a net too. So you
get a little of both. Take your poison.
Touch called on that, net called on that, point Rustlers.
I got my stats after the first game, but coach has, my assistant coach has other things more pressing than getting me stats, but I do appreciate Ava getting me stats after game 1 for sure. Try to get them post-game stats here as well as Hobson serves. Marin will bring it over. Punched deep by Ryan and out of bounds.
They've, in a lot of aspects of volleyball, like on that one, they've become a lot more liberal in the touches. Like I said, they've kind of backed on the double touches. That one, I know it was serve receive, but it really rolled up her arms on that. That would have probably been called a couple years ago.
Ryan kill right past the block. And Presley Ryan. And you're right. Just my first opportunity to watch this team. She's kind of a quiet assassin out there. Not real demonstrative, doesn't appear to be real animated, but just goes out and does her business and puts it down.
Slow and steady wins the race,
That's going to be 4 as Casper cannot bring it back. And it's 4-2 Central.
And she just seems to be in position all of the time.
Lena Whitney serving. Freshman out of Farmington, Utah. I noticed our roster, I got to I've only had a month and a half to do this, and I haven't done it yet, but our heights are not listed on our roster on the website.
No.
Even though Ashley has the tick mark ticked to show the heights, they still don't show up as Vale puts that into the top of the net.
I tell you what, the one thing, man, when they all showed up for that first barbecue this semester, I looked at my wife. We've got a tall team.
Yeah, we're taller across the board than past years for sure. Set middle, Vale blocked.
It may have been a hard adjustment for Ryan, but I think she could have easily tipped it to the right or left, and that would have been a point.
Nina Kostic from Belgrade, Serbia, 6'2" freshman, gets the block there. She's making her first appearance on the evening. Mackenzie's got to go run, get that one, and then she's going to get another block. Is Kostic. It's a block party in the middle from Belgrade, Serbia. Back-to-back stuffs, and a 5-4 Casper advantage. Serve goes out, and we're tied at 5s. Laramie County did win game 2 against Gillette. They're on a game apiece. Northwest leading Western 7-4 in game 3 of their action. Nice dig by Mackenzie, and Workman one-hands it over. And then through the block is Riley Engel from Aztec, New Mexico, as Coach Sharman going to the bench to find some alternative juice from her Thunderbirds.
And that Ryan got over there, just wasn't able to close the block. That time went right through her hands.
6-5. Central a 2-0 advantage. Set middle, Vale.
There we go.
Puts it in front of Kostic. Ryan Vale clubs one down for a point.
Ryan and Ryan. They have a pretty good little connection going on there.
And then, yeah, exactly. And then you have a Presley Ryan who gets into the middle of that Ryan combination sometimes as well. 6-6 our score. Good quick set middle. And Emily Ware with a kill. Marina Andres Santos from Santa Catarina, Brazil in. 6-foot freshman. She will go back to serve for the Thunderbirds. The schedule is the exact same going down the backside, just at the opposite venue. There's no deviation from how the schedule goes, as that's pushed deep corner. Nice job by Presley to get it. Hobson goes down the line. Santos picks it up, and then getting a whiff was Riley Engel as the set came backwards on her instead of where she was headed on the approach, and she didn't get very much on it, and it goes out of bounds, and it's 7-7. CWC on the home court again tomorrow, and then October 8th on a Tuesday when Northwest comes to town. And former Wolverine that Coach Davis knows in Jordan L. Anderson with the Northwest Trappers. Deep corner by Ware. She'll find it for a kill.
That Northwest team has really stepped up this year. Last year, not much competition, but, man, they're giving Western Wyoming all they can handle.
Out to an 11-5 lead in game 3, and that's an ace by Giovanna Marins from Sao Paulo, Brazil. 16th ace on the season for Giovanna. As that one hit the top of the net and found that campfire region of Rustler Camp. Back set, Workman, dig by Marins. Good job in the back row. Raj Vong didn't get a very good set, has to free ball it over. Mackenzie back row, Workman down the line is in. Yeah, line judge said out. I think looked like the up official said in and was giving Central the point, but he's going to go with his line judge who said it was out. Coach Davis wanting a little clarification.
That wasn't even close to out. What? sorry, that was...
Line judge saw it as out. It's 10-7. Workman blocked this time. Nice job by Coates. Got a chicken wing on it. Rajvong blocked by Whitney and Workman. Rajvong again blocked by Workman. She'd take a little frustration out and put it in the face of the libero.
Big solo block that time by Rachel. Said, okay, you're not going to count my kill. I'll put it back.
This is more satisfying.
That's right,
anyway.
Exactly.
10-8. Reeder serving. Back set. Reeder. Self-defense. Going to get a kill. How about that?
Put her hands up to protect getting hit in the face. No facial that time. We got a kill.
10-9. Central back within 1. Leading 2 games to none on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. On our timeout, we'll thank our halftime sponsor as Rajvong blocked, but he gets in front of McKenzie and Whitney. And here comes Kostic back into the front row as Lorenzen exits stage left. Emily Ware will serve. She has Grantsville, Utah. Probably has played against a number of these Central players, time or two in that valley. 11-9 Casper. Hobson kind of hung in the air and changed directions, it looked like, and she'll put it down for the kill.
Waited as long as she could, and I don't think by design.
Hobson will go back to serve.
A little question on the rotation that time.
Ryan Vale was in and then back out. Central down by 1, leading 2 games to none on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Thanks to Porter's Mountain View Supply, our pregame sponsor. Raj Vong gets a kill as coming in was Brooklyn Coates. Couldn't get there. Got a piece of it, but it caroms off of her. The Bailey Enterprises postgame show will come up. I asked Coach Davis if she would send us a couple of players. She said she would. Get a couple more of the player interviews. Post-game show. Set outside. Ryan pushed back at her. Left hand pushed it over, and then Reeder has to get a weird angle on it, and they'll call Central over the line. Point Casper.
Little tippy tip there at the net. And we got called for over the line.
13-10 Casper. Palin serving. Down 0-2 is the Thunderbirds, and the smash by Lena Whitney.
Lena is the shortest of the middle blockers at 5'11", but she probably tools it about as good as anybody.
No tool needed on that one as she found the real estate. That ball caroms off of one of the girders at the roof, and then Central miscommunication. Ryan Vale, I think, mad at herself knowing that, hey, that was my setter. I should have probably taken hit number 1 because she and the setter were right there.
Yeah.
She probably should have taken number 1 so that the setter could hit number 2, but doesn't happen, and Central gives up the point. And then serving it out is Raj Vong. Central gets it right back.
Neither team has made too many serving errors tonight, John.
Workman, Vale, and Ryan along the front row. Hobson, McKenzie, and Coates on the outside, and a nice cross smash by Shimshak.
Yep, Wisdom, like you said, plays way taller than she actually is. I wonder if they spend a lot of time practicing celebrations.
Probably as much as anything. You gotta get those coordinated, you know. It's become a thing on basketball benches as much nowadays as well. As Shimshak again, cross. Nice dive by McKenzie. Ryan hits it off the high block. Back outside, swing, and a whiff by Riley Engel, unfortunately. And Central will get the point. Back within 2 now. Presley Ryan will serve up. You know, talking about Sarah Maservi, our Defensive Player of the Week. Big thanks to her dad, Matt, supplying a lot of photos for the team, taking those on the road in the 14 road games they've had. And there's a pass middle and a kill by Ware.
That was a nice, very quick set to the middle. You just have a hard time putting up a block.
Neither
in
team
that situation
has used a timeout in this set. 2-0, Central leading on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Neither team has burned a timeout as of yet. Got to think that one's maybe coming. Oh, nice shovel over by Coates. Blocked up in the air. Vale, McKenzie back outside. Hobson has to readjust. Block, 3, and now's that timeout. I just called it. 17-13, Casper out in front. They trail 2-0 on the big scoreboard, but Central down by 4 right now. We'll take a break. We'll come back after this timeout. This is Rustler Volleyball from Rustler Media.
Attention parents, is your child gearing up for the 2024-25 school sports season? Make sure they're ready to shine with a sports physical from Wind River Family and Community Healthcare. Our comprehensive sports physicals not only ensure your child's safety, but also optimize their performance. Plus, combine it with a wellness check for a complete health overview. Schedule now at Wind River Family and Community Healthcare. Visit windrivercares.com or call us at 856-9281 today. Prepare your child for a safe, healthy, and successful season.
County10.com supports this Rustler radio broadcast. At County 10, their mission is to connect the communities that make up Fremont County. Whether you're looking for updated community news, the local events calendar, up-to-date job listings, the details about new businesses in town, the Student of the Week spotlight, or just want to watch local athletic events, County10.com is working to keep Fremont County communities connected.
KCWC-FM, Riverton.
17-13 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Central down 4, but leading still 2-0. They would just as soon close this out, I think, as much as anything. And I was talking with Angel Sharman before the match as Workman goes through a block, and it's dug up, sent back over in 2. Vale back one-timer, back row Ryan. Big by Lorenzen. Ware out of the timeout. Central gets it.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, talking with Coach Sharman, they have out of the 19 games they've played, only 2 matches have gone past 3 games.
Oh, wow.
They've only played 4 games twice. It's either sweep or be swept for the most part. And here they are in territory trying to force it to that 4th game with a 3-point lead right now. I said I wouldn't bring it up unless it worked itself into the conversation. Nice job by Workman putting it over the top of that block.
Well, and on the other hand, CWC's played quite a few 5-set matches in this season.
Well, 2 last weekend.
Yeah.
Tough loss to 20th ranked Western Nebraska and Trinidad State, who is also getting votes along with Western Wyoming in the NJCAA poll. Whitney and Workman block it, but it goes wide. Casper's just kind of hanging on to that 3-point advantage right now at 18-15 late stages, game 3 with a 2-0 Central advantage.
This set has definitely been Casper's as far as blocking. They've really put up a good block, way better.
Well, and Kostic, kind of the catalyst of that. She's not in at the moment, but Coach Sharman brought her in and kind of provided a spark, if you will. Chloe off the block will tally as it goes off of Palin Algu.
Really, if we're in system, we're going to usually score. It's kind of that getting out of system and those tips. That's how they've gotten all their points.
Well, and you got to think, though, a lot of it is, the formidable block that Central has put up that's kind of adjusted what Casper's doing a little bit there. Is Rajbong blocked by McKenzie, who soloed it. They'll go again. Reeder with 2 hands up, deflects it. Hobson goes far corner, out. Good idea. They are looking for a touch. I didn't see that there would be a touch on that.
She just pushed it long.
Neither did the official. 19-16 Casper. Again, they trail 2-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Big thanks to Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. Friends at YDOT reminding you to buckle up every trip, every time. Our friends at YDOT. Unfortunately, about to get real busy. There's a nice set by McKenzie on the second hit to go in that campfire.
That was... you didn't see that coming, did you? And neither did they. But
no, and that's exactly, she did. And that's that uncanny sixth sense that those setters have to do that kind of thing. Hobson. Rajvong is off the antenna. That's out. Central within one now.
And timeout.
Timeout called by Angel Sharman. We will stay right here and bring you some other scores right now. Gillette is up on LCCC 11-6 in the middle of Game 3. That one's been back and forth. Gillette winning the first, LCCC the second, and now Gillette's posted out, got them doubled up at 12-6 in that game right now. And at Northwest College, I don't see it. Northwest leading 21-15 in the third quarter. It says their scoreboard set up for basketball. Ours is unfortunately set up for just the score right now because we don't have our timeouts or sets won or the games won on the set number working functionally on ours. But Northwest, I think they're at one game apiece, and it's 21-16 Northwest out in front of that one right now.
LCCC surprising me a little bit. They had a good year last year. They kind of fizzled it at the Region 9 tournament. Really struggled there.
Yeah, that was kind of an implosion of a lot of outside issues, I guess, from what I understand, and went into that as they went down. I will say this, though, Demi Stauffenberg off of that LCCC team, Lander Tiger, and daughter of former CWC coaches Sarah Lynn Tiffany, now playing at Midwestern State in Texas, actually playing right now, as a matter of fact, and that's an ace to make it 19-19.
In Texas?
Yes, in Wichita Falls.
Maybe they'll join the Mountain West.
Yeah, exactly. We need one more team to join that Mountain West after. What'd you think of the UNLV quarterback just calling it quits after 4 games?
I don't think we've heard all.
No, but
it's just kind of.
The landscape has certainly changed, has it not? As Raj Vaughn goes down the line and past Reeder.
It has, hasn't it?
Well, as if the transfer portal didn't wreck life enough in college football. Now you've got the NIL, which you're buying players now. Okay, we'll put up with that. Well, then let's just totally realign every conference and rivalry that you've ever known in college football, and then let's hold a team hostage after 4 games in red shirt when you're just outside the top 25, and $100,000. That doesn't, that's a lot of money, but in that scheme of things, it's not really that much money, really, if that's in fact what the deal was with the UNLV quarterback.
Yeah, there we go.
There's volleyball being played while I'm ranting, and Lena Whitney knocks the block down at the net, and we're tied at 20s.
You just named everything wrong in about 30 seconds with...
Succinctly.
Yep.
Not even in front of a congressional hearing, unfortunately. 2020, our score.
Sponsored by the Riverton Vision Center.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Exactly. 2020. See, now you're working. Wait till you get the bill for that.
I know. I just
But then wait till I get your bill for sitting here with me, right? It'll even out, I think. Good job in the middle by Marins to knock that one down. 21-20. Casper out in front. I thought maybe you were talking about my perfect vision of what's wrong with college football being 2020 as much as anything there. And that ball goes wide and back to a 2-point Casper lead. Central had reeled them in, and now Casper spurts back out the Nandos.
Ryan just pushed that too far out of bounds. She had the whole floor open.
2-0 Central. Casper trying to force a rare game 4 for them this season. Outside block, but down the front of the block is Riley Engel, and it's a 3-point lead with 2 to go and a timeout call by Coach Davis. Staying alive plays on the PA, and that's Casper right now staying alive as they're up 3. We'll come back after this timeout. This is Rustler Volleyball from Rustler Media. Central up 2-0, but trailing right now late stages of 3 at 23-20.
All right, Pepsi-loving football fans, it's time we had a lesson in trash talk. You heard that right, trash talk. And I'm not talking about that stuff that happens on the field. What I'm talking about is trash, like literal trash. And it's the only thing that belongs in your garbage can. No, recycling might not be as thrilling as converting a 4th and long or taking a kickoff to the house. But I think we can all agree Hail Marying plastic bottles into the recycling bin gets pretty close. And let's be honest, your spiral could use some work. So next time you're thinking about throwing that Pepsi Zero Sugar bottle away, just cap it back up and pretend you're down by 6 with the recycling bin wide open. Know the difference? Make a difference. Be a team player and recycle. Visit PepsiTrashTalk.com to learn more.
23-20, Casper leading. All right, Devin, I'll go look.
Well, you know everything. I just thought you'd know that.
Well, we're at halftime, and the score has been taken off, and Casper's going to score right out of the timeout and make it 24-20. Douglas with a 14-0 lead right before half, if that's, in fact, what the halftime score is.
Oh, man.
It is at the half, 14-0, Douglas out in front. Game point, Casper, middle, Kostic, dug by Coates, back row, Hobson, blocked by Kostic, and Casper stays alive. They win game 3. By the same count, Central won game 1, 25-20.
That was just, we played on our heels that whole game. Never really were in attack mode, and it came back to bite us.
And give credit to the veteran coach, Coach Sharman, changing up her lineup a little bit to shake some things up and see what happens. They win game 3, 25-20. We'll come back. We'll play game 4. This is Rustler Volleyball from Rustler Media.
Bailey Enterprises is a supporter of CWC athletic broadcasts. Bailey's operates Pit Stop Travel Centers, Bailey Tire and Auto Service, Bailey Oil Company, Speedway Cafe, Evergreen Wholesale, and Central Wyoming Transportation. All can be found online at BaileyTire.com. Stick around for Bailey's postgame show after the game.
This broadcast comes to you in part by Fremont Therapy. They offer physical, occupational, and sports therapy in Lander, Riverton, Rawlins, and Green River, Wyoming. They are the scoreboard sponsor for tonight's game and can be found online at FremontTherapyGroup.com.
If you want the latest road conditions while traveling without having to stop to view your smartphone, the Wyoming Department of Transportation has an app for that. Download WYDOT's 511 app for Android and iOS smartphones and use the hands-free, eyes-free feature to safely get the latest road conditions and traffic alerts. Driving in winter conditions can be challenging. Be prepared by using the 511 app to get vital information read to you while you concentrate on driving. Download it today at wyoroad.info.
Rustler Sports On Air are brought to you in part by Porter's Supply of Riverton, offering grills, spas, fire pits, gas stoves, wood-burning stoves, and Green Mountain pellets. They are located at 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton. Details can be found online at portersmvs.com. Thanks to Porter's Supply for the sponsorship of tonight's pregame show.
At Fremont Chevy in Riverton, being in the community isn't just how we do business, it's our way of life. We think of our team, our customers, and our local community as one big family. For us, being community partners is more than just a source of great pride. It gives us a deep sense of responsibility. We are excited to bring you the scoreboard for Rustler Athletics on Rustler Media. See Fremont Chevy online and at North Federal Boulevard in Riverton.
Rustler Radio sports broadcasts are brought to you in part by YOTV, 307-851-9397. It's football season. Don't get penalized with unnecessary expenses. Get a V-Box from YOTV. All the games with no subscriptions. And not just football. You'll get to watch everything, including your TV shows, even your local channels. Get a V-Box from YOTV, 307-851-9397.
This is Rustler Media, your home of Rustler Volleyball.
2-1. Central out in front. They won the first 25-20. They win the second 25-18. Casper comes back, wins the third 25-20. And now we'll set up for game number 4. Gillette leading Laramie County 18-16. They're tied at 1. That's game 3. And then, unfortunately, I couldn't tell you what's going on at Northwest. They are now on to game 4.
I think Northwest won that last one.
Yeah, they had a sizable lead, and Northwest could be out 2-1 on that.
Now we need to get in attack mode a little bit more this fourth set. And, you know, you're right. Give a lot of credit as Coach Sharman switched things up, and that kind of put us on the defensive most of the game.
Back underway. Central, good play by Hobson on the back row. Ryan goes deep and out. They want a touch. Bench wants a touch. Everybody wants a touch, but not going to get one. Appreciate you tuning in on RustlerAthletics.com and on Rustler Radio. Ryan receives, back row, Workman, down the line is out.
Man, we've just started making a lot of hitting errors all of a sudden. There were a lot of points in that last one, and a couple already here.
Quickly, 2-0 Casper lead. Receive Ryan. McKenzie back out to Presley. It's going to be off of the block. And the line judge says out. Now they're saying a touch, and they'll go Central.
We'll take it. It looked like it was.
Yeah, there was I'm pretty sure this is Central's point, but
yes,
I'm saying one line judge said that the ball was out. The upper official said a touch, and it's kind of all over the map on calls there. Nice skim of the net. Bringing it back, Raj Vong. Kill. Almost took out our video camera on the other side of the gymnasium as coach couldn't handle that one, and it's 3-1. Raj Vong with a kill.
Casper's starting to get in the momentum. We need to kind of fight back in this one, and you can see it on our faces. Isn't it crazy how the momentum changes so quick?
Yeah. That emotional roller coaster. The highs seem higher, the lows seem lower when you get into conference play. Set middle, Kostic over the block, no touch. Out it goes, 3-2.
Casper's been serving a lot better. Having a little harder time with our serve receive.
Coach with a floater. Raj Vong off the block of Workman tallies.
And those were blocks that were going back down in those first 2 sets. And
yeah, credit adjusting on the swings perhaps by the Thunderbirds as Wisdom Shimshak back into the ball game for the Thunderbirds. Serve over by Palin, and that kill goes in and down by Whitney.
I feel like Lena is probably had the most consistent game in the kill department, attack department.
Hallie Reeder in to serve for Central. Down by 1, leading 2-0, and now we're tied. Actually, leading 2-1, and we're tied on that ace by Reeder as it just goes over after hitting the net. Down the line and in by Shimshak. And Central's block just on the inside of that time. I want to thank Wayne Robinson and Adam Hinkle, Larry Veach, a lot of the physical plant crew that remodeling our press box up here. And much to my my whim, I guess, if you will. It was just going to be a floor removal, and then I got involved, and now they've been working a lot harder than they probably wanted to, but I do appreciate it. Press box is not quite finished yet, but it's looking awesome, and we appreciate all the work that they've done here at CWC. Hobson off the block. Kostic going to put it out of bounds, and we're tied at 5 apiece.
It is nice up here, and more room. And,
it's a little warm. If they could maybe put a little AC in here, but then here in about a month or so, we'll probably be freezing up here during basketball. Or
How many times do you say that at the end of September, right?
Right. Hobson serving, tied at 5s in game 4. At Chloe they go. McKenzie, nice job to get it to Ryan. She'll just roll shot one on a little hop over. Engel, dig by Coates, but Engel will get the tally.
They have us kind of off balance. And again, you know, what got us the first 2 sets is kind of hurting us right now, that block.
Lorenzen to serve. Gillette Nell CCC at 22-21 in game 3 of their match right now. Ryan off Rajvong into the second row of the crowd.
That's what we need.
And that
get Ryan going again.
Nice
Presley, sorry.
Kill by Presley Ryan. And then Ryan Vale, and then Ryan McKenzie. We just need somebody with the last name Presley. Whitney, almost an ace, but a good save. Poked over. Reeder is there. Back row Hobson out. Tied at 6s. Also give credit to the fastest scoreboard finger in the West, and that is David Kellner at the scoreboard. He has done. He'll have that point up there before you can look at the board. Doesn't he? In basketball and in volleyball.
And it's usually the correct.
Yeah, and he's accurate as heck, too, as well. So set middle. The Serby back into the contest. Engel past a diving Coates will tally another one. Riley Engel out of Aztec, New Mexico, the 5'11 freshman, and we'll get a timeout. 8-6. Casper out in front. 2-1. Central in the lead. Take a break. We'll come back after this. This is Rustler Volleyball, and a big thanks to Sutherland's.
Support of Rustler Athletics comes from Sutherland's on North Federal Boulevard in Riverton. Whether you have a minor repair or a large project, take advantage of Sutherland's many rewards. Sign up for our emails and monthly gifts. Save even more with the Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Apply online or see a store associate for complete details. You can order online for in-store or curbside pickup at Sutherland's.com. Sutherland's of Riverton, helping you build it better since 1917.
Support of Rustler Radio comes from Fremont Therapy. They have been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletes for over 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes and their families one-on-one. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. Their services include aquatic therapy, dry needling, pelvic floor, and women's health therapy, and more. You can find out more about Fremont Therapy Group or schedule an appointment at FremontTherapyGroup.com. They have locations in Lander, Riverton, Green River, Rock Springs, Saratoga, and Rawlins.
8-6 Casper. Game 4. Central leading 2-1. Presley Ryan in front of Raj Vong, who got a piece of it, but Ryan tallies another kill. Draws him to within 1. Workman coming in for Reeder. Ryan McKenzie back to serve. Talking with the girls on media day about the twins. Like, is one of you taller? And she says, when we have our volleyball shoes on, I am. I don't know which one said that, to be honest. But
there we go, another one.
Presley Ryan shooting it through the block. But, like, how do you have taller shoes? But that was one way. But they're always so nice. I had mentioned something about a trip to Mexico and my nephew calling me Uncle Juan, so they call me Juan now, so that's nice when they see me. They're just good kids. As Ryan will tally, and no, that one just goes wide. I thought maybe there was a block on it. Apparently not.
And I know the funny part is I know Coach Davis is recruiting another set of twins for next year, so.
9-8 Casper. Middle, Maservi puts it at the bottom of the tape, unfortunately.
We couldn't make a mistake in the first couple of sets, and
got a 25-20, 25-18, 2-0 lead, and then 25-20 Casper came back. And into the net is Casper for a C-dub point.
Well, take that. I mean, and to give Casper credit, they haven't been making many mistakes and taking advantage of ours.
Gillette has beaten LCCC in game number 3 and has a 2-1 lead on the home team tonight in Cheyenne to open up Region 9 play. Ryan serving, goes deep. Good job there. Rajvong off the top of the net and out. Yeah, no touch. They just hit the top of the tape. Sailed wide. 10-10 the score. Is that half off at Riverton Vision when it's 10-10? Half off.
That's
eye dilations or something. Boy, that is a fun experience. You have a new opto map or something that makes it so you don't have to dilate nowadays.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, not usually.
That one goes off the tape and out again. Almost instant replay. It's 11-10 Central.
A good thing that time Brooklyn tried to dig it, but missed it. So a good miss that time.
11-10 Central, the 1-point advantage, leading 2-1. Rajvong, a touch at the net. Good job by Ryan. Sends it to the outside. Workman tapped over. Good dig by Algu. Right side, picked up by Chloe. Set 10-foot line. Ryan deep and out.
Hey, we got it. Those back row attacks have just been killing us.
Got to get that wrist snapped onto those.
They're just going long.
Not happening.
And they've kind of come at inopportune times, really, as well.
$11 apiece. Hobson gets touched on the block to get the kill.
I was hoping she saw that.
12-11 Central. Riverton and Douglas getting the second half started. Wolverines at their own 27, 1st and 10, trailing 14-0. Back set, down the line. Kostic off of Coates will tie the match at 12 apiece. Thanks to Fremont Therapy, proud sports sponsor. Fremont Chevy is our scoreboard sponsor. Hobson off balance, puts it into the net. Another unforced error of sorts, and it's 13-12. Casper back out in front. Miscommunication as Workman and Whitney kind of collide at the middle of the net with that one. They get it back over. Whitney winds up, blocked back at her. Whitney again, that one past a diving Lorenzen, and that will tally.
Big play. She got blocked. Pretty big block that time, and good scrap by the Rustlers. Got a second chance.
Pretty good hit and even better block on the first attempt because she had wound up on that one.
Yep.
Got it brought back, and then she was not to be denied the second time around. 13-13, game 4. 2-1 Central lead. That one's long and out by Rajvong, and Central with a 1-point lead now.
They can start making some errors, and we'll take that one.
Trying to put them away and take a 1-0 advantage in the Region 9 battles. Great job by Reeder to come get that one. And then setting wrong page, Kostic looking at her setter like, I was going behind you. And the setter says, well, I was sitting in front of you. And Coach Sharman's going to call a timeout. 15-13 Central out in front on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Appreciate you tuning in. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with more right after this timeout. This is Rustler Volleyball on Rustler Radio.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're bringing more providers and medical specialists into the region. We're investing in more advanced medical technologies and spending millions to upgrade facilities and equipment, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
15-13, Central out in front. Do appreciate our pregame sponsor, Porter's Mountain View Supply. Buckle up for life, Wyoming, our halftime sponsors. We got them on. Bailey Enterprises will be hosting your postgame show. And a big thanks to Fremont Chevy, our scoreboard sponsor, as well as Gales Carpet One and Altitude Interiors, Lander Gambles, Fremont Therapy, County 10, and you for tuning in, listening, and watching Rustler Athletics. Nearly an ace, but Kostic will free ball it over. Central with an attack. Mackenzie Hobson blocked by Shimchak. Western with a 14-11 lead in Game 4 at Northwest College. Trying to force a Game 5 by our estimate. Raj Vaughn goes cross-court. Ryan there. Jousted the net. McKenzie swings again. Lorenzen digs. Engel, boy, a couple of times she's had that happen to her where she kind of stumbled on the approach a bit and it threw off her attack, and she sends it perpendicular, I guess not parallel with the net. Not perpendicular, but parallel with it. Central soccer with mixed results today as Hobson will tally an ace off of Raj Vaughn. And Central now with a three-point advantage, trying to close it out.
I tell you what, I think the Central soccer teams have really been playing much better here as of late, making a big charge for the end of the season.
Outside, Shimshak blocked. Kostic is there. Ware goes off of a no touch. Says anybody, just out. Central with a 4-point lead now, and Coach Sharman will burn her final timeout of the set at 18-14. Central soccer again with a split. Ladies had a 3-1 lead on Gillette at half, but they're so injured and shorthanded right now, just taking like 14 girls to play the 11 positions of a 90-minute soccer match, and could not hold and ended up falling 4-3. And the men's team coming up victorious with a 4-3 win over Gillette in their split. Our college rodeo team is in Sheridan today, tomorrow, Sunday. And then cross country and golf are off this weekend, and they'll be back at it again next weekend.
Yeah, and as you said, you know, the weather, man, if you're got 14 kids for 11 positions in 85-degree weather.
And it's turf that they were playing on, the warm artificial turf of the Pronghorn Athletic Complex.
Isn't that crazy how turf used to be the thing?
Now nobody wants to play on it anymore.
Yep.
They'll be in Casper tomorrow. 1 o'clock for the ladies, 3 o'clock for the men. Take it on always tough Casper College soccer. Central trying to close out Casper College volleyball with an 18-14 lead. Hobson has to go to the paint of the basketball court, and a free ball by Coates. Set middle, Kostic. Coates got a chicken wing on it, but Kostic will tally another one in the middle.
Kostic has been the key to Casper's resurgence here towards the end of the game.
Buying herself some more playing time the way she's played here in set 3 and set 4 for Coach Sharman. McKenzie, Whitney, excuse me. Ryan blocks. Can't get anything over the net. Ryan again, blocked again by Casper. Ryan, one more time, got it over, but it's dug by Lorenzen. Engel down the line. Hobson got a piece of it. Second and hit by McKenzie, can't get there. And Casper will be within 2.
Boy, how many blocks was that? 4? 3 or 4?
At least 3 or 4, yes. Casper stoning everything at the net. And go at Hobson. She'll get a good receive. Whitney dug by Rajvong in the back. Engel blocked. Chicken winged up by Whitney. McKenzie will spike it over. Good dig in the back row. Engel again. She's been kind of hit or miss today. She's had a couple of hard tallies, but she's had a couple of bad misses at the same time, has Riley. That one, unfortunately, was one of the latter as she puts it in the bottom of the net. 19-16 and an ace.
Jeez.
Yeah, they took the referee
10 minutes.
Central had already caught the ball and was headed back to serve almost when they called the 4 hits. I mean, it was the right call. It just delayed a skosh. 20-16 Central. Trying to close out the Thunderbirds and into 4-game skid and an ace by Lena Whitney.
We've had a couple of those that, like you said, have hit the tape at the top of the net and fell over.
I think that's her 15th ace of the season. And it's a 5-point lead with 4 to go. Back set. Nice dig by Reeder. Ryan roll shot. Good dig by Lorenzen on the other side, digging it out of that proverbial campfire. Outside Ryan, blocked again. Ryan, nope, they're going to go middle. Masurbi, and she'll put it down.
Nice job that time. You know, one of the things we've been doing, it's a little hard when there's only one hitter. Right. You only have one person to block, and that time they couldn't tell who to set the block up against.
Good misdirection. 3 to go with a 6-point lead to take a 1 0 Region 9 record. Outside Ryan. Through the block and tallies. Presley Ryan.
Presley got one through the block that time. Nice big point there. Now we're going.
Just kind of stoic after she hits it. Just walks away like, that's what you brought me here to do, so that's what I'm doing. Presley Ryan. 23-16 Central. Touch, block, shot, back row. How about that? Sarah Masurbi in the middle. And it's match point Central. Lena Whitney to serve. Match point. Trying to get a 1-0 record in Region 9 play against last year's champs. Back set. Blocked, and that's how it ends. Masurbi and Ryan embrace after the kill, and Central puts it away with a 25-16 game 4. 25-20, 25-18. Casper wins game 3, 25-20. Central wins game 4, 25-16. 3-1, the final score of the night.
Showed a lot of character there in that final set as got down a little bit to begin with, but never quit chipping away, and so it's a game of momentum for sure.
Central now to 10-5 overall. More importantly, 1-0 in Region 9 action. Casper falls to 3-17, 0-1 in Region 9 play. Western leading by 3 in game 4 to possibly send that to a game 5. You asked for that to tucker them out a bit on the road trip before they come into Central tomorrow, and we'll get you an update on the LCCC and Gillette score. Your Bailey Enterprises postgame show is coming your way next. We'll chat with a couple of Rustlers at the conclusion of this ball game as they win in 4. And we'll be back. The Bailey Enterprises postgame show is on the way next. This has been a presentation of Rustler Media. This is Rustler Volleyball.
White Buffalo Recovery invites you to the second annual Sobriety Masquerade Ball.
It's October 12th at 7 p.m. at the Heritage Hall in Riverton. Tickets are just $10 per person or $15 a couple. This drug and alcohol-free event celebrates sobriety and supports recovery in our community, and everyone is welcome. Want to get involved? Contact White Buffalo at 856-8090 for sponsorship or volunteer opportunities. That's 856-8090. Proceeds go to the Transitional House Activities Fund.
Let's come together and celebrate recovery at the second annual Sobriety Masquerade Ball, October 12th at 7 p.m. at the Heritage Hall in Riverton.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're bringing more providers and medical specialists into the region. We're investing in more advanced medical technologies and spending millions to upgrade facilities and equipment, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
Support of Rustler Radio comes from Fremont Therapy. They have been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletes for over 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes and their families one-on-one. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. Their services include aquatic therapy, dry needling, pelvic floor, and women's health therapy, and more. You can find out more about Fremont Therapy Group or schedule an appointment at FremontTherapyGroup.com. They have locations in Lander, Riverton, Green River, Rock Springs, Saratoga, and Rawlins.
Bailey Enterprises is a supporter of CWC athletic broadcasts. Bailey's operates Pit Stop Travel Centers, Bailey Tire and Auto Service, Bailey Oil Company, Speedway Cafe, Evergreen Wholesale, and Central Wyoming Transportation. All can be found online at BaileyTire.com. Stick around for Bailey's postgame show after the game.
This is the Bailey Enterprises postgame show after the game. Want to thank Amanda Nikoloff and the new media class, Addie and Aspen, our camera people, and Noah Marshall is our director back at radio. I keep saying that. He's our master. He's our director of the whole thing down there. We lost signal on our remote cam, so we moved our drinks and got everything pretty up here for no reason, unfortunately. Hoping to catch up with a player at the conclusion of this as the team has gone into the locker room. But a 25-20, 25-18, then they lost 20-25 in Game 3, win Game 4, 25-16. Be interesting to see the coach's take on how she thought her team played here. I mean, you want to know at the end of the day. That's what you came here to do. But at the same time, how it got here, how she felt about that.
I mean, we started off just really looking really very, very good, and like the blocks, they couldn't get any kills against us, and it was a struggle though. That third set, it really changed, but rebounded and came back strong. I'm looking at Coach Davis down there and wondering, I thought maybe it was Chloe that was going to come up here and talk, but
chatting with her, so yeah, we'll have to see who the two that emerge or one, depending on who emerges up here. Right now, Western with a 23-19 lead on Northwest to try to force, as we think, a Game 5 in that. And then LCCC looking to do the same against Gillette at 16-11 in the fourth set of that one, with LCCC down 2-1 in that ball game. So.
Yeah, it's going to be anybody's guess this season, I think, in this region.
Well, it's take care of the home court for one, and then it's steal a road game or two, win the ones you're supposed to win, and then steal a road game or two, I think, is kind of the situation.
For sure.
That. So we're going to let Chloe Hobson sit down and catch her breath here real quick, as she had to run 2 flights of stairs after playing a 4-set volleyball game. Yeah, we can put Ryan over there too if you want, but we'll let them catch their breath here at the conclusion of this. And Chloe Hobson, I'm going to start with you first. And you win in 4, and you came here to win this one. And I hope, can you hear me okay? You can hear me better now? Is that better? Okay. How did we play tonight?
I think you played great.
And I don't hear you for some reason, which is disturbing to me. So let me do this. It's our first game, too, up here as well. Yeah, just to warm up our dress rehearsal. Can I hear you now? Can you hear me? I can't. I do not know. I can't. So you are speaking, and I don't know why I cannot hear you for all intents and purposes. But I'm going to try one more thing here as well. So we might have a faulty headphone that I've got. How about now?
Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, interesting. So, Chloe, how did we play tonight?
I think we played great. Like I said before, we came in here and it was the first home game. I know there was a lot of nerves for me, and all these incoming freshmen have never played like home court, and so it was great. We got all the nerves out for tomorrow. It was a well-fought game. I mean, we let up in the third set, but I'm glad that we could come out in the fourth and finish it.
Was it a let-up, or did Casper, I know they threw a couple of girls out there. Kostic played well in the middle. You think it was a let-up a little bit?
I think it was a let-up just a little on our side, just because our communication went a little low and our passing wasn't as consistent as it could have been. Our block wasn't always closed. And so I think on our side we had a little too many errors, and then we came back in the fourth set and cleaned everything up, which was nice.
I've talked with your teammates as the season has gone on. Coach Davis has sent me different kids, and it's been a lot of the freshmen we'll talk to here in a minute, sitting on my left here. But they've talked about cohesiveness, and you guys are it's like every weekend more cohesiveness that you guys are coming together. You feel that?
Yeah, absolutely. Every weekend we're coming together. We're becoming more as a family. We're connecting better on and off the court. The relations are there, and we just come out on the court and on the weekends and show you what we got.
All right, tomorrow, that's your first time beating Casper, I think, in your career here, is it not?
Hey, we beat them. Yeah, I think it might be. It might just be. We almost had them once, but I think it might be.
Western must have won Game 3, Devin, because they just won Game 4, and that match is over. Western beating Northwest 3-1 tonight. And Coach looks at them as maybe one of the front runners along with where your team fits in. What do you know about Western? What do you think about them tomorrow?
I think they have a couple of big hitters. Their defense is pretty tight, and so we're going to have to go in there and hit our seams and be consistent, stay communicative, and just overall play hard tomorrow.
How was it not having to be on a bus and not pack for a motel and gather homework and everything like that?
It was so nice to sleep in our own beds and wake up and just come to our own gym and not have anybody else to worry about. It was great.
Does it kind of help, though, sometimes to be on the road, because then the focus is about more of the game rather than I've got to do this here while I'm here at home, and maybe adds more distraction being at home?
I mean, there's definitely some pros and cons with traveling and staying home. Staying home, we have our audience and we get all hyped up with our crowd and everything, and then away we don't have that. But then again, our focus is volleyball, and sometimes you have to fade away from that with school and being student athletes as well on the road. But I think I would prefer to stay home.
All right, yeah. I prefer watching you guys here as well. Chloe, great job tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Talking with Ryan McKenzie now. And freshmen playing in front of the home crowd. You guys might have good crowds at your other places, too, I think, with all the family that gets to come and watch games.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to ask you kind of the same questions I asked Chloe. How did you feel the Rustlers played tonight?
I think we came out super excited. Definitely a lot of nerves, but we turned those into excitement, and we just killed it the first set. It was super fun.
What is more satisfying as a hitter, or as a setter, setting a nice hard kill, or in two, putting it in the middle of the campfire?
I like watching my teammates succeed, so I would say setting a kill.
And that's one of the things when I've talked with your teammates, they have given you a lot of credit for distributing that ball a lot of different places. And is that a concerted effort? Do you see something? Is that where it's going, or is that the play that's called? How does that work?
Yeah, so we always set up before the server serves, and then we have a couple different plays and stacks that we run, but also I just look at the blocker on the other side, see if they're cheating one way or the other, and try to create holes and seams for our hitters to
How has the transition been for you from high school ball to college ball?
I would say college is way quicker, and I have a whole lineup of strong hitters on every single spot, so it's been super fun with that. High school is a little slower, but it got me here, so I love them both.
Third game, Chloe said, thought we let up. Did we let up?
Yeah, I think a little bit. We still played good, but we could have done better. But Chloe's right. Our communication was a little low, and we could have picked up our passing. That's okay.
What did Coach say about this when she talked with you? What was her take on tonight?
She was proud of us, happy about the win. She said in that third set, Casper wanted it a little bit more, so tomorrow we're going to come out with a little bit more grit every set, stay focused, and work hard.
All right. Yeah, I think 9 returners back for Western Wyoming. You've played against them last year and everything, and they're about a year, I think, away from, I think they were real close to nationals, I think, last year like you guys were, so that'll be an interesting one. Chloe, shout-outs to anybody?
What was that?
Shout-outs to anybody?
Shout out to my family that came. Shout out to my sister if she's even watching at home. Love you. Thanks for always supporting.
Our stray camera, our other one died, so we're not on camera, which is great for my sake because nobody needs to see me. But Ryan, shout-outs to anybody?
Bam. Yeah, shout out to my family if they watched. It was my brother's homecoming, so he couldn't come, or my family couldn't come. But I'll say shout out just to all the girls who played and didn't play. I think we came together super well, and we all had energy and worked hard together.
We staying healthy? Not just injury-wise, but
we had a couple of weeks that we were all a little bit sick, but now we should all be back to 100%.
Got that run through and we're done with it?
Yep.
All right.
We should be good.
Ladies, congratulations. 1-0.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow. Good luck.
See you tomorrow. Thank you.
Chloe Hobson and Ryan McKenzie are players of the interview on the after the game here. We appreciate them for coming up here, and we're going to take a very short break. We'll come back. This is the Bailey Enterprises postgame show. Devin and I will come back and we'll recap this after this. Again, final score, Central wins it 3-1, and we'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
This is Rustler basketball.
Rustler Sports on air brought to you in part by Porter Supply of
Rustlers have their first lead
on the
fifth-ranked team in the country. Driving Marbury kicks it out. Jaden Warren high arcing.
They are located at 750 East Sunset Drive.
De La Cruz in the quarter.
Details
good.
At Fremont Chevy in Riverton, being in the community
Rustler
isn't just
basketball from Rustler Media is brought to you in part by
and our local
Porter's Mountain View Supply, Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming, Bailey Enterprises, and Fremont Chevy of Riverton. Also by Admiral Beverage and Pepsi Cola, Fremont Therapy, Myers Gambles, County 10, the Sutherland Lumber Company, Wind River Cares, Gales Carpet One and Altitude Home Interiors, and by the Wind River Casino.
Nice give and go. England's up.
Being in the community isn't just how we do business. It's our way of life.
Now, to
we think of our team, our customers, and our local community as one big family.
Here's John Gabrielson.
For us, being community partners is more than just a source of great pride. It gives us a deep sense of responsibility. We are excited to bring you the scoreboard for Rustler Athletics on Rustler Media. See Fremont Chevy online and at North Federal Boulevard in Riverton.
Let's get this all. There we go. Okay. Shoosh, the train wreck that is the postgame show. Final thoughts as we head into tomorrow. They said they let down a little bit. They'll guard against that. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
I liked the Rustler volleyball team the first 2 sets, but you've got to stick in there and just keep swinging, and that's what they did. And so every game just a chance to get better. Tomorrow's going to be a big one for sure. But I think these girls are great. I mean, really a lot of strengths, balanced all the way around. So
Central wins it in 4, 3-1. They'll be back at it tomorrow against Western Wyoming, and I'll put forth a better product on the audio side of this equation. I'll guarantee you that. I'm going to go get to work on that. Devin, thank you so much.
You betcha. A lot of fun.
Your time
Can't
tonight.
wait till tomorrow.
Rustlers 1-0 in Region 9 play. They'll play tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We'll be on the air around 1:40 in the afternoon. Thanks to Amanda Nikoloff and Aspen Ablard and Addie Wagner and Noah Marshall, our student crew here tonight. Rustlers victorious. Back at you tomorrow, 1:40 in the afternoon here on Rustler Radio.